in studio now. Anytime anybody comes in with the guitar, we are in for a treat, that's for sure. And we're so happy to have Kathy, who I guess is better known as Katie Belle in terms of her stage name and performing name, and we're so glad to have you in studio today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, as I said, anytime somebody brings a guitar in, that's serious business at Dave's place.
And, it is.
We were talking, hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we might put together a 2-hour special, and we're going to have several musicians in and maybe do a lot of acoustic music live at Dave's place. But we're so glad you're here. And I'm going to say Katie.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to say Katie. That's a little easy for me. Tell us a little bit about your music. I know, to me, you sound a lot like Lori Morgan.
Well, thank you for that.
Really
That's
do.
a great compliment.
You really do. And I had a track from your CD last week, and my heart's on my sleeve again. And I love the song. It's great, well put together, well written, and well produced. And the whole CD that you brought me, I was just I was really impressed with the way that it was put together, as I said, and just the selections on it are really good.
Thank you very much.
Well, anyway, I always ask people, tell us about how you started performing, and maybe about your very first performance before people.
Well, I hail from Massachusetts originally, and I think a lot of people don't realize that families in Massachusetts live and die country music. And my parents both were very musical. My dad played guitar and Mom sings, and I'm one of 10 kids, and so music started in the living room.
You're not the middle child.
I am.
I can
if there's
tell.
a middle to
I
10.
can tell.
I'm the 6th from the top and the best one, remember that.
That's right. Mama's favorite.
That's right. There were 3 girls and 7 boys, and we're all musical, too. And actually, my start professionally, we played variety shows as a family, and my 3 older brothers had a country rock band for about 9 years, but I had not played guitar or sung for about 10 years, literally had children, married, had children, and my brother Tom, who lives in Tellico Plains and owns the bistro by the river down there, well, he lived in Jackson and was a property manager at this one time. He called one night and he said, "Why don't you come up and let's play for the guests?" And I said, "Are you crazy? I haven't played the guitar in 10 years. He says, "Oh, we've got lots of wine. Come on
right.
up. They'll never know the difference." So that was what started it. And about 6 times after that, he moved to Knoxville. And he said to me, "Well, I know you'll never do anything with your singing and all this." And, well, one day I was cleaning the house and doing some housework, and the radio station there had announced a competition with the Country Music Association of America. So I called about it, and I thought, I will get him. So I went, and I had to pay to entered as female vocalist, and I won for the state. So I said, na, 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 na. But I didn't know that once you won the state, you had to go to the regionals. Well, I then won that, and then I had an all-expense-paid trip to San Dimas, California for the nationals, and that was 6 regions of the country, and I took home the American Eagle. So from that point, it was boom, 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 and I was playing with the Northeast Symphony, and it
Only in Dave's place can you, attract such people. I was impressed because, we're talking about coming from a large family and having 7 brothers. I knew that you were right at home here at Dave's place because our bathroom's co-ed. You had no problem with that whatsoever.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I've washed the wall.
I hear you. Well, that's great. Well, anyway, tell us a little bit about your musical influences and, some of your, like I said, early performances maybe.
Well, we definitely were raised with Kitty Wells and Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette. In fact, it was a Tammy Wynette song that I sang in the Nationals. It just, they were the people that most influenced us, and it was literally like butter in the refrigerator, It came out every night after supper. Dad played the guitar to keep us from fighting while we did the dishes. So we'd learn the newest, 33 and a third
right.
LP, and yeah, so that's probably where most of the influence was.
Now, wait a minute, you're young.
I know, yeah, you think so.
Very young. Well,
yeah, I learned it was passed down. You're right.
Well, we've had some younger folks at Dave's place, and I'm impressed that, we have a lot of young people. They know who the Beatles are.
I know, it's true.
So, I was impressed with that. So there's hope for this new generation of musicians and talent coming up,
Absolutely.
So, but anyhow, as I said, tell us a little bit about the CD that I had, privilege to listen to.
Well,
and get a copy of.
Okay. Well, once I won the Nationals, Tom was already living down here and friendly with Norbert Stovall over at Big Mama Studios.
Right.
And so he flew me down, and in 3 days we laid down that entire album, Bing Boom Boom. And he had wonderful musicians that came in and did all the musicianship in it. So that was the birth of the first. Now, you haven't heard the second. I did a country collection, too, as well. And it's mostly cover tunes, though.
Well, we got to have that for the jukebox at Dave's place.
Okay, I'll get that
you
for
got to be here because we got that huge Wurlitzer in the corner, and we do loud dancing. So
Good.
it don't matter. We'll put it on there. But anyway, I was going to ask you as well. I mean, do you do any writing?
I do. On the CD that you have, I think there are 3 songs on there that I wrote.
What about My Heart's on My Sleeve?
Heart's on My Sleeve was written by a Nashville writer.
Mm-hmm.
That one was. But actually, there's 3 or 4. I wrote Working on My Baby and the Grandpa's Kisses song.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And let's see, Heaven Can You Hear Me? And so there's 3 or 4 that were on there. And then my brother, Doug, who is a performer in Mobile, and he's like a Frank Sinatra. And he's amazing with standards. He did all the backup vocals on that CD.
Hey, we just need to get you to bring the whole family, and we'll just do a whole family show, all right?
Yeah, and then the other
Almost
song...
like the Osmonds? Is that what you're saying?
It's kind of scary, yeah.
Or hee-haw. Or hee-haw.
It was hee-haw. It was
Okay.
definitely hee-haw. And another brother wrote another one of the cuts on there, so... Yeah, we all write and sing and whatever. My sisters all harmonize, and the youngest, the baby, is a lead guitarist in Massachusetts now, and he's a virtuoso. He's amazing. So,
well, it's kind of like Robin and Cruz. To look, well, I shouldn't say look at them, but I mean they're young, they're in their 20s, and late 20s maybe, and they're just so down to earth, and they've just been so blessed with this talent that they have, and it's very I guess inspiring for me to have some of our younger talent in this area, to come by and listen, to stories that you can share with them, how you got started. And I mean, sometimes they get discouraged and they may think, gosh, I don't know if, I want to do something with this voice, or I want to do something with my, my ability to, perform, and it's just, encouraging to hear, stories like you have.
Yeah, I think there's a magic about it sometimes where I was not pursuing the career. I mean, it started as a joke when you think about it, and it just went on.
Well, your voice is no joke. I'm here to tell you, your voice is no joke.
I was a housewife with 2 little kids,
Well, now you're a businesswoman, you have 2 curves.
I do.
Curves, let's see, we're kind of the same business. I'm a physical education teacher. That's my first job, so we're kind of the same business. But anyway, you're a businesswoman, and, you find a little time for your music. That's cool.
I do.
That's
and
cool.
It's really nice, raising the children. It hit at a time when my children were small, so to go with a contract and to go too far with it was not really an option at the time. And so the business came to me where I lived, and I, for about 7 years, had an opportunity to entertain bus tour groups as they came through to the resort. So I was home every night.
Right.
And that was really nice.
Yeah, when you get the kids kicked out,
Yeah,
and
they're gone. I put my baby in UT.
Yeah, you can do some of the fun things you want to. That's what happened with me. I can do some things I want to do, and
It's
some fun
true.
things now.
It is true. I've done my job.
That's right. That's true. But anyway, I was going to ask you too. Who does some of the backup? There's a gentleman that does some backup vocals. Does a great job on that
That is
CD.
my second to the youngest brother.
Oh,
does.
really?
Mhm.
So that's a family member as well.
Yeah, he does all the backups and that. He
great
does
talent
all of the
in fact.
different ones, too. He's amazing.
Yeah, it was good. Well, anyway, hey, let's don't hold you back any longer.
Oh, dear.
All I want you to do is just, introduce what you're going to do for us today, and have at it. Dave's place is open for them, open floor,
And just comfortable.
And just comfortable.
It really is, folks. You just wouldn't believe it. It's really good. We got Hawaiian shirts and everything here. It's just great.
Hey, I told you this was an informal place, a lot of, all we have in here is loafers and hoarders, and that's it.
Well,
don't allow anybody else in.
The song I'd like to do for you, it's been a little while, but I still like to bring it back. It was the song I won the Nationals with, and it's a song called Don't Touch Me. It was written for Etta James, but I learned it from Tammy Wynette. And this is Katie Belle, live at Dave's Place on WRKQ, AM 1250. That's Monroe County's hometown radio and open forum for musicians. Your hand is like a torch each time you touch me. don't touch me if you don't love me, sweetheart. Your kiss is like a drink when I am thirsty, and I'm thirsty for you, darling, with all my heart. So don't love me and act as though we never kissed. Oh, don't touch me if you don't love me, sweetheart. Now don't give me something you might take away, because to have you and then to lose you, it wouldn't be smart on my part. Don't open the door to heaven if I can't come in. Oh, don't touch me if you don't love me, sweetheart. No, don't touch me if you don't love me, sweetheart.
There's not much I can say. That was outstanding. Great job. Tell you. Great job.
Thank you.
You been told you got a voice that fills a room?
Yeah. Well, when
I'm
you grow up
telling
with
you.
10 kids, you got to be heard.
I guess. That was amazing.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for
Now-
having me.
Now listen, you can't get out here. We got to get some contact information, because with a
Right.
voice like that, and people, Dave's Place is gaining listeners one at a time, but we got the archives, and but anyway, we want definitely get some contact information, from Miss Kathy, better known stage-wise as Katie Belle.
That's right. That's that name my mom coined, I'm afraid. Yep.
You stuck with it.
And I'm stuck with it. Yeah, if I could find a band down here, it'd be really good.
Hey,
I
know
don't
if
leave
you
them
got
at
it.
all.
I know a drummer.
I don't.
Yeah, I know a drummer.
That's right. Well, if they want to reach me, they can call me at 865-257-0013.
Well, I've said this before. Sometime or the other, we got to have like a Monroe County Saturday night or something, where we just get everybody together and, tell everybody to come by and just listen to what, we have here in Monroe County that we like to share
There's
with
a
everyone,
lot around, you're right.
Oh, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I've just, as I do more and more of these type shows and more people hear about it, and, people, come up to me and say, hey, I got somebody, we don't have junk in Dave's Place. I mean, you just don't get in Dave's Place, without a recommendation.
I know, it takes
very
a lot
good
to get on the
That's
jukebox,
right.
so-
That's true. The jukebox, is very selective as to what we put on that jukebox over there. But we're so glad that you came in today and shared your music with us and your
Thank
story. And we got to have you back.
Well, thank you. I'd
Got
love
to have you back. You got to take the test, though, before you leave.
What's the test? Now?
Okay, the test is, Dave's Place is located behind.
Behind Tate's Funeral Home. Is that right? I don't know.
We need
was
that
it
buzzer.
Was it a trick question or something? I didn't think you were behind anybody.
No. Now, wait a minute. Did you pay attention in school, by the way?
Sorta.
Sort of. I think
showed
not. I think not. Yeah, he showed up. Anyway, no, Dave's Place is located behind the courthouse, next door to the Live and Let Live drugstore, 3 doors down from the 8-ball pool hall.
Well, don't ask me to say that. I haven't even been to all those places yet.
Everybody suggested Dave's Place has to pass the test.
That's right.
Or you have to come back.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to come back. I got to study.
Got to come back. In a couple of weeks, if we do the 2-hour special, we got to ask you to come back.
I'd love to.
That'd be great. And we'll have some other people in, and so we're so glad you stopped by.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, and that's Kathy, better known as Katie Belle.
Thank you.
See you around.
All righty.
All right, this is Dave's Place on Monroe County's Hometown Radio, and we're going to take a 1-minute break.